Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Cities Skylines II. We're starting out today. The footage is going to start speeding up here in a second. There it goes. With detailing, because I haven't been doing it very much, because this 5 minutes that you're about to see actually took me close to an hour in real time. And yeah. Bush by bush is rough. Here I'm planting an apple orchard though, and so it does kind of work out to do one at a time. We're over here by the film actors mansion, just trying to, give them a bit of privacy. And apparently, looking at that, I don't know how I didn't notice it when I was placing it, but man, it looks like the gardener was drunk. It's really difficult to get these things in a straight line, it seems like. I don't know why. Probably just me. Probably just rushing through it. But, one thing I find really interesting about the landscaping tools, if you look down there in the snapping, I've got it turned off. The only option you have is snapping to roads. But if you turn that on, it wants to place the plants in the middle of the road, which you can't do. So I don't really understand why there's a snapping option to begin with. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But yeah, just decided that we need to get some detailing in. We've got a lot of areas that I'm not gonna zone in because they're park areas, or in my mind they're public spaces and things like that. And I wanted to preserve them as such, but I also didn't want to leave them as just empty grassy fields. So going through and doing quite a bit of detailing throughout the whole town. And then I let the game run afterwards to get at least a few months worth of growth out of the trees. I read a thing earlier today that apparently it takes 3 in-game years for the trees to actually reach their full size. So that's a thing. As much as possible, I tried to, wherever I had a park, just to make it look like the park was bigger than it actually is, I tried to use the trees that were included. I also went through and on the educational buildings went ahead and added in like the parks and the libraries and things like that. Don't think I did on the high school. I can't remember, but I think the high school's only other upgrade than the stadium's one that adds into its existing footprint. And then once I realized there were some areas that I wasn't going to be doing any detailing in, I'd go ahead and zone those areas just to fill things out a little bit better. Because I thought, hey, why not? May as well make this, look pretty doggone decent. And by the end, I'm fairly happy with what we wound up with. While I was detailing this area, or right after, I noticed a vehicle accident. I'll try to throw a screenshot up of it, but a motorcyclist was just upside down in the middle of the road, still on their bike, and still in the riding position. So yeah, that's a thing that happened. Just like, how you've got to have like the world's strongest neck to be able to do that. I did also spend just a little bit of time getting rid of the sewage drainage pipe. First I started flattening to over by where the geothermal was, realized that was going to be too high for over here on this little peninsula, and changed it, put some water treatment here, and then reconnected the pipes just to get rid of that sewage outflow pipe. And for whatever reason, they don't look connected, but they are, so whatever. Well, that allowed me to, it went by quick there, but it allowed me to get rid of that outflow pipe. And I don't know how long it takes for the sewage to float away, but it's still there. It is slowly starting to move away from where the pipe itself was, so that's a good thing. I also wanted to go ahead and move the transformer down a little bit, just to give myself a little bit of room over here by the high school should we decide to do something out there. And then just went for something a little different out here by the high school. Didn't like my first run with the trees because they don't look very well organized, so I tried again, being a little more particular about getting them in the corners. And as the seasons change, we go to a blue filter. That's exciting. But again, just trying to match up as much as I could with the landscaping that was built in. I almost went and put bushes all alongside that road, but my right finger to click was just like, no, we're not doing this, dude. We're just not. But that's gonna wrap up the detailing. Like I said, this is about an hour, and we'll jump into some actual gameplay here in just a moment. And here we are. You can see we've made it to Small City. I also spent a lot of progression points getting a bunch of different things unlocked that I thought we could use eventually. Even place some of them down. Like we have a couple of welfare offices. And we're looking pretty good. I think the detailing is starting to grow in nicely. The trees are definitely bigger than they were, especially like over here. So I don't know that I really believe that it takes 3 in-game years. It's not been 3 in-game years. That is quite the reflection there. It's only been a couple in-game months, so not really sure what's up with that. We did wind up having a big old fire. It started with a forest fire here, and then it caught the elementary school on fire and the clinic, and they burned down. And it was the saddest thing as we were waiting for, no joke, like 20 hearses to show up. It was sad. Are we really at capacity on our elementary again? Oh, wow, we are. That's insane. So each one of these holds... I haven't done the upgrade on this one. So each one holds 1,500 max. So let's do the upgrade there, and that will help for the short term, though we are going to have to think about education soon, because that's just barely got it. Really happy to see that we're getting a lot of people in university and college. So hopefully we are getting folks educated. I do see a lot of the greens coming into play, so that's good. So they can get some better jobs. That's kind of awesome. Did want to check this for the extension wing goes there, and that goes there. Yeah, okay, so they are both upgrades that happen in its existing footprint, and that's good. So since we're over here, we may as well go ahead and start filling this area out just a little bit more. I just want to bring in just room for some more housing just over here by the high school. Not a significant amount, just enough to say that we've used this land basically. I'm going to bring this down at an angle to about, actually, yeah, we'll bring it right to the edge here. There we go. That way we're breaking up the grid somewhat. And this one can be a little trickier, I think, but that gets it. Yeah, that'll take care of it. And then, do I need to break up these block lengths? I mean, this is a really long block length here. I'm not going to zone anything on this side. I don't really want anybody stopping on the collector, entering or leaving town. So it's going to be just low density stuff. We may do just a bit of our mixed use here, just enough to get some commercial over here by the high school, and we'll end that right there. Though those look like those are going to be pretty tall, so let's go smaller with those. Sorry, I've changed my mind. Actually, you were fine. You were okay. Let's demolish all those. There we go. And try that again with some smaller lots. I just don't want them to get very large. So it won't do a 3x2, but it'll do a 3x3. But even that's probably a little bit bigger than I want. Granted, by doing it this way, the people who live here wind up complaining about small homes. But I think I'm okay with that, truth be told. I don't really want big houses around here. Some folks are going to have to live down by the transformer. Sad reality of life. It happens. Even in real life. Let's cancel that and go to our paintbrush tool. This will be a little bit easier this way. And then this is where, once again, we really need to be able to see terrain in this view. And it's because of the opaque nature of the zoning tiles, it can be a pretty big challenge to actually see what's happening even when you turn it on in a different view. So I don't want to go all the way back. So these are going to be slightly smaller homes, which again just kind of has to happen because of where we are. Probably get one in there, and then I think we're okay to go to about there, and then we might be able to do a few smaller ones here. Kind of want to end just a little bit before we get right up against the stadium, because pretty sure there's noise pollution with that. Yeah, a bit. It's not too bad actually, so I could go all the way up to the corner and it'll be okay. I know I put people in houses there, but well, proximity is everything. Do I want homes right behind the stadium, or do we want to preserve the water view from the stadium as it gets blurry and causes the entire game to lose detail? What is it with this freaking stadium, man? Just seeing what this guy's complained about. High resource costs. Oh my goodness. Look at this conga line of dump trucks. What are they importing? Rock. We have rock. Why are these all coming? Okay, so some of them are coming from... No, they're all coming from out of town. Why? We have plenty of our own rock. Like, more than enough, actually. Where is that you can see that? I know you can see it from down here, so go here, production. Like, we're surplus 915 tons. We're basically using 101 tons and exporting the rest. So why are we bringing in more rock, 20 tons at a time, and causing this? Oh my god. What is happening? Like, why? So these are the empties that are returning. But I don't understand why they're showing up in the first place. Like, there we go. I can see, you know, the owner exporting it. You know, that makes total sense. This does not. So I'm going to let the game run for a minute and see. Gee, you think there's a traffic jam here? I wonder why. I'm going to let this run for a minute and see if this clears up. So there we go. The last trucks are leaving, and I don't see any more inbound. Well, I may have spoken too soon. Yeah, I don't really understand why. This may be, you know, this happened in Cities Skylines 1. Like, you'd build a warehouse for commercial goods, and your industry would start sending trucks out to fill it up, but it would also cause a ton of trucks from other cities to show up, and trains even. And so you just would wind up with, you know, just a ton of traffic to fill up that warehouse, especially if you put it on fill or even balanced. And it would just flood you with traffic for a brief few minutes. So I don't know, maybe this developed and became a thing. Now they are coming from our work company. So whatever. That was just very odd. Very, very odd. Anyways, back to... I know I answered this question, but then I didn't remember the answer. Okay, so no, there are no natural resources over here. There was some fertile land here, but we've killed it with pollution. And there's also fertile land there, but we built residential on top of it. So let's look. What are... I'm in signature buildings. I'm like, why can't I do that? So this doesn't require any fertile land. These two do. That one does. That requires forest. That stone mining we have. That requires ore, and of course that requires oil. So we can do some livestock farms over here. And I think I would like to get one or two of these in. However, what's the pollution going to do to these? I don't know the answer to that question. We're going to find out, though, because we're going to bring in a small road here, lining up with this lane here. I want to line up with this lane. So I think that's what I've got. I really want the left lane to be the one that go straight. But whatever. If I can't make that happen, I can't make that happen. And I'm not too worried about the grid breaking here. I just want to get this back here, and then we're gonna let the chickens have a nice seaside view. And why am I building that here? Well, because of all that pollution. It's just not a suitable place to build anything else other than more industry. Even though we're going to eventually relocate all of our industry, for now, we are going to have some over here. So, not going to be able to get the biggest of areas out of this, but that'll be all right. This is just going to help some of the other industries in town that we already have, because we're at a deficit on all of these things. 40 tons. We're producing 24 right now, well, 23 and a half. So obviously I don't think we're going to make up that deficit, but we could do a few more of those right over here. There, that'll get us a lot of usable area, and I think if I'm careful, I can even get it to fill in even more than this. So we're gonna come around here to the road, come down, go to there, and then that will complete it. But then we're gonna edit it. There we go. That's huge. So this one it doesn't tell me how much it produces. Why is that? Very weird. So we'll go back into here then. And yeah, now we're going to be at a surplus. So that can get taken and turned into what? Food? Well, we still need vegetables, but at least we've got part of what we need for food. Same here. We need grains for that. And then that one's neither one. And then immaterial goods, can you open? Thank you. And this is all, none of this we use. Yeah, none of that uses. Anyway, we've got our stuff in. I may change the size over here. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Granted, it'll be a month from now before this video goes live, because I have, I'm recording quite a few videos all at once. There are no customers there, so we're not going to zone there. Cool. So let's then turn our attention to this remaining little corner, and I just want to look at what our pollution is like. How much do you pollute? Just noise, and that's it. Okay, good, and it's very, very low. Because what I want to do now is bring a road out right here, just to get a little bit of a stub in, and then kind of bring this right over to the coast and just kind of follow that down. And then we can just tee that in right there. That's not quite a tee, but it'll work. And then I just want to fill this in with a few more alleys. Doing maybe just some random kind of shapes through here and not worrying so much about a grid in this area. So we'll bring one off like there. We'll bring another one off like there. And then we will connect these two like that. And then we'll have some stubs shooting off of them. We're going to get some weird size lots. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm going to get some very weird size lots. So we are going to paint all of this residential. Every bit of it, and whatever shape houses we get is what we get. I'm not going to do anything on the water side of this just because it drops away. Like, we might be able to get a couple in here in these areas. Why did that D-zone that guy? That's peculiar. I'm not sure how quick the train drops away here, so that should be enough. So again, I'm going to let this fill in, see how I like it, and then we will move on. Okay, and we suddenly have backed up sewer. We should have... Wow, okay. I really thought that this processed way more than that. Like, a lot more than that. Yeah, sewage treatment. 400 cubic meters. That says we're only doing 176. Well, it's fine now, so... I don't know, is this kind of like power in that only a certain amount can flow through the pipes at any given time? If so, it doesn't indicate that. So, what was that all about? Was the game just freaking out for a minute? Because it was only localized down here in this corner. And that was really bizarre. Cool, so we have demand just absolutely everywhere. Everywhere. So we are going to try to begin meeting that demand. I have bought a few more tiles. I'm going to buy one more just so we can get all the way up to the edge there, because that was left out. And then I've also, as you can see, gone through and pretty much just flattened it out. I know it's a barrier island, and a barrier island doesn't really work if you don't have the ridge out there, but whatever, it's a video game. We can take licenses. So I want to continue our key wall, but if I continue it as is, it is going to wind up cutting in pretty significantly here, isn't it? And give me 180. Give me 180. Just snap to it. There you go. Yeah, see, that's going to start cutting in a bit more than I'd like. So I definitely want to curve this, but man, that's going to be rough to do all that as a key wall. So maybe I just, don't be married to the idea of a key wall and just live with bringing it in at a curve and have it run kind of parallel to the shore. What did we do here? Bridge? No, we still did a key wall there. But on both sides. What? What? Oh, it's because, yeah, I remember now. This side was being strange because of where the train was. I remember now. Okay. So let's fill that and do that, and then this should solve this problem. So let's do a simple curve and line these up. All right, that's good enough. Looks like it might be raised up a little bit, but that's a decent transition point from the key wall. I'm good with that. I'm definitely good with that. So let's come back over this way and start bringing the city kind of down this way and fill in a lot of this, because everything over here is pretty much filled in. I'm not going to do anything behind the high school sports field. It looks like a stadium to me, but whatever, we can call it a sports field if that's what you really want to do. Those kind of look like giraffes from up here. Oh, one other thing I did add, I unlocked tourist stuff, and we now have a water park. I figured, why not get some sort of tourism going? Man, we're making a lot of money. Holy crap. Let's start spending some of this money. I don't know when that happened, but I want to spend it. I don't want it just sitting there in the bank. It's not doing anybody good just sitting in the bank. So let's bring this road down. I've got my guidelines turned off. So, yep, that made a nice straight road, which makes me happy. I'm not going to be able to get a road in back here. Oh, well. Not the end of the world. What we will do is bring this out 104 and then 104 again and just have one little block right there. And that'll leave some space between the elementary school and everything else, but it will also help us establish our grid over here. So now I want to do my 208s and then 104 down, 90, and then over to there. Lovely jubbly. And then same thing. Just pretty much all the way up to the coast for the most part. We will probably do it was 96, wasn't it? Yep. I saw it as I let go. I thought it had jumped to 104, but it didn't. Or maybe it did, and then the mouse moved just a little bit. It's hard to say. Oh, that works out quite well, because then that leaves me this space up here that we can do something maybe a bit more interesting in a moment. So I'm going to just run this down way down here. And I do mean way down here. And then we will come off another 208. And then once again, we're going to go way down. But I can't really see if I'm at a 90. There we go. And then that's, I don't want that to connect into the key wall. I'd rather it didn't. So let's go ahead and get this connection established. Oops, I was using my curve tool on that. I think that's kind of where we went wrong. Let's try that. Oh, I also have guidelines on. Let's turn those off. There we go. That's better. All right, cool. So I'm going to go through, get some roads laid out, and then we'll look at what we're going to put in those spaces. Yep, I said I was going to grid a whole lot, and there it is. That's a lot gridded out. But I want to do that for several reasons. We're going to start changing our density up. So we're good on, wait, capacity. If that burned down again? Oh my God. It's the second time this elementary school and this clinic was burned down. So, how about before we, what's all this? No pedestrian access. What do you mean? What? I totally put that like right where it was. Okay, it's fine now. So since we keep getting forest fires over here, I don't think, there it goes doing that again with backed up sewer. But, okay, I'm gonna pause right in this view. Yeah, we're only able to process 172,000, it says. But I should be able to do 400,000. I'm really confused about what's going on here. So let's take a look at this guy. Sewage treatment, 172,000, usage 100%. What? Oh, it lacks employees. Ah ha 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 ha. Okay. Oh, yeah, I also built a solar. Okay, so we need to get employees out here. All right, I can do that. Let's just throw a little roundabout on the end of this right here. And then we will add some bus stops. One there. And then where is your actual like drop-off point? Is it way back there? I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's way back there, but that's not complaining about lack of road access, so I'm gonna assume that I'm fine with just one like right here and be done with it. Yeah, that's why it's not working very well, is because of the lack of employees. So we're just gonna bust some employees over here. So then we'll stop there, and then we're just gonna go meet up with, let's go into one of our more densely populated areas here and just piggyback on one of these more comfy bus stops, and then work our way back over. So we don't need to stop there again, but we'll just complete it. Yeah, that'll be fine. I don't think we need them on both sides. So let's be sure that actually is reaching Public Works. There we go. Let's make sure that's reaching and that we have buses available for it. Oh, I'm paused. Pretty sure we still have some buses available. I mean, we have 2 bus depots. So that's 25 to 25. Yeah, we're good. We are good. So let's real quick make sure that that is not using the class order bus, because I don't like class order bus. Class order has not paid me anything to feature their buses in this game, so you know, I'm not going to do it. All right, so I'm going to let this go for a minute and see if this doesn't help a little bit. Also, what's our unemployment? It's high enough that now that we can get people out here easily. Oh my God, it's happening again. What is going on? Why do you keep doing that? That's just weird. But anyways, gonna let the buses run for a moment. Can I see the bus view? while looking at the regular map? I guess not. Okay, anyways, gonna let the buses go for just a moment. See if that doesn't help get some people out here. And that seems to have done the trick, even though it says that we're not getting a ton of riders on this line. I mean, it says there's like 2 to 7 is what it bounces between. We do have people out here working now, so that's now at 100%. That's at 100%, so now we are getting the full effect. So if we jump in, whoops, to here now, yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought that was weird. Okay, we are getting close on our water availability, though. How's the poo puddle doing? Our poo pipe was here, so it is slowly washing down the coast. Ooh, hello, jumpy game. What I'm worried is that the current's going to carry it into here, and it's going to get stuck. I hope that's not going to happen, but I am worried that it might. So, okay, eligible bunch of people are suddenly eligible for elementary school. Wow. Okay. So we need to definitely build another elementary. So we've got one there. Let's go kind of here-ish, right off this, behind this main corridor. So we'll put one there, and then we'll get out of this view. And hello, I want to add the playground to it. There we go. Well, that's all we're going to be able to connect to that. We're not going to be able to get the healthcare center. Oh, well. So that'll get us a little bit more capacity, especially going to be good since we're about to start zoning a lot of stuff out here. But I also want to look at fire coverage out this way. It says right now it's good, but that's because there's nothing out here. And you can see that some of these places don't have the best fire coverage, despite the fact that they should. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Get the fire watch tower. Wrong button. There we go. I knew there was something else I was going to do and then got distracted. Do I have enough points to get all of this? I do. I don't know that. I really wanted the fire station as well. Crud. We are really far away. Anyways, so a fire watch tower, does it need? I bet this place is not doing so hot anymore. Yeah, they're not doing so good anymore because they've either cut everything down or it burned down. I'm guessing burned down. This tree is burned down to a fire. This tree is burned down to a fire. Oh no. And they don't regrow, do they? Well, this is problematic. Okay, so changing gears, we're not going to expand the city today. We're going to fix this industry. And I think the easiest way to do it, instead of like just deleting the zones and all that. Oh, wow, he was really happy that we got rid of his competition. So was that guy. Instead of deleting the zones and all that, we're just going to delete the things. So if I use the forest brush, can I deforest this? I don't think it's working, but it may be that it only works. I think I remember reading that it only works on the type of tree you have selected. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay. So we will carefully come through here. What's going to suck is it's going to take these forever to grow to replace this forest. That is unfortunate. So we're still managing to remove some. It's going to take way too long for the bulldozer tool. So let me get all these out of here, and then we'll see what we have. We've got a few oaks. But yeah, I'm just going to get all this out of here, and then we'll resume. Okay, that took a while. I've also went through and leveled out a pretty big pad for all of this to sit on. So we're just going to come straight off of here, right down to there, and then we're going to come off right here, actually. Give myself some room down there. And we'll get rid of that stub at the end. Awesome. And then we're going to replace those 3 forestry industry buildings or businesses or whatever. So, oh wait, I haven't planted the trees yet. That would probably be a good idea. So let me do that real fast. Okay, now we have a bajillion baby trees. Thing is, none of them have any wood. And I'm worried that means they're never going to get to grow. But I do want to add a fire watchtower. It will cover this whole area, so I'm going to plop that right down here at the end of the road. And then what do you do? Oh, it does not need a road connection, so I didn't have to put it there. Just reduces the chance of forest fires and alerting firefighters if it does break out. So I'm assuming we're also going to need this thing here. Houses 5 firefighting helicopters. Costs quite a bit a month to keep up, but whoa, really? We're making that much a month? Okay, well, I think we can afford the helicopters. Can I just fit that in kind of over here nicely? Yeah, cool. It's by the water. It is also by the forestry. So let me unpause the game so the trees can get a fighting chance to start growing. And now we will plop these down. We're just going to do 3 of them again. Or I might just do 2. No, let's do 3. That's the wrong screen. I keep going there to zone today, and I don't know why. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do 3 again. Because why not? We've got the area to do it. We should make the most of it. So that one is broken because I wasn't paying attention. And that's a thing this game does, is not actually place the building you're trying to place. I'm playing this the day after the final weekly update dropped. So I'm sure by time, or at least I hope, by time this video actually comes out, which will be I don't know exactly when this is going to go live. It's November 17th for me right now, but this probably won't go live till closer to Christmas, if I had to wager. So hopefully we've had another pretty big update, and we have a good idea of when mods are coming and all that. But hey, you know what? Future me, let's hope you were right. And that we get good things for Christmas from Paradox. So let me just finish this up here real quick, and then I'm going to let the game run for just a little while to try to get some of these trees to grow somewhat. And then we will wrap up for today. All right, so all 3 of these are reestablished, and obviously they all say just 1 of 1 employees, and I think that's just because the trees aren't grown yet. I really think that's what's going on. Though some of them are starting to get some wood on them. That just sounds all kinds of wrong, so I'm just going to move on from that statement. Yes, I would say that that's fairly accurate right now. So yeah, I'm going to let this run probably about 20 minutes, and then we'll see what we're doing. We're gonna focus on that tree. No, I want an oak. There's a lot of pine here because that's what I went heavy with. There we go. So I'm gonna focus on this one oak. It currently has 3 wood, and I'm gonna go for 20 minutes, and we'll see how much it has after that. Yeah, so I don't even need to let this run for 20 minutes. It's only been about, it's been 8. All the trees are now at 0. Every tree that's inside of a forestry area is 0. In fact, these over here is 0 now. It's they're just not growing. That one's got 6. That one's at 0. So maybe different species grow at different speeds. I don't know. Why did I plant apple trees? I think I was just give me tree diversity. I don't quite get why some of them have 1 and some of them have 6. So I think the unfortunate thing we're going to have to do is, even though we just built these don't have an on-off button to disable them. So for now, we're just going to have to say sayonara to them. Let the woods grow out, which I'll probably just let the game run in the background while I'm doing other things. But let all of this grow and actually, become a mature forest like that over there. And then reestablish those. So that's something I will do between videos. Oddly enough, our population was dropping for a while, but now it's fine. So I don't know what really happened with that. Probably a death wave. while I was staring at trees. We did have a couple of abandoned buildings. We've got one over there that's collapsed. I'm kind of curious what happens at the collapsed building. It says that a fire engine has been dispatched so that it, due to lack of maintenance. Okay, I knew that was a thing. Wow, yeah, okay. There goes the ambulance. Let's wait for the fire engine to get here. Where are you, fire engine? Wow, okay, he's coming from outside of town, which means we probably don't have enough fire trucks. So let's see what happens once he gets there and responds to this collapsed building, if it just rebuilds itself or not. I don't know, I've never watched. I know that I've had some other abandoned buildings reappear after a while, but I don't know what caused that to happen. So we're almost there. He's heading down the road. It's right over there. He's taking a zigzag line to get there, but hey, as long as he gets there. There we go. So they show up. I do miss the firefighters getting out and doing the thing. Yeah, it just instantly rebuilds. Okay, cool. I do like the under construction thing that they've added with the most recent patch. I just wish that the patch notes were accurate about two things. One, it says that this doesn't happen anymore. Clearly it does. And two, your tracked citizens. Oh, all mine are now gone. I guess he moved out of town. They still change appearances when they go in and out of at least mass transit. I don't know about in and out of buildings, but in and out of mass transit, they do indeed change appearance, which is kind of funky. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here. This one's gone on long enough, and I clearly need to let a forest grow. So until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.